Hey folks, how's it going? 64-bit Matthew here, and today I'm coming at you with a bit different of a video, as I'm not actually on video, but it's more of a guide with pictures, kind of a how-to to making custom Virtual Boy cases. Now, first off, I'm just going to start it by saying I didn't come up with this. I was just following someone else's guide because I had a bunch of loose Virtual Boy carts, and I really wanted a way to display them, but I didn't want to have to go out and buy boxes, or original boxes for all of them. So, yeah, I stumbled across this, and I just thought it was really cool. So, first off, to give credit where credit is due, I wanted to thank two people. First up is Nintendotwizer from Nintendo-Age. He created a thread on Nintendo-Age quite a few years ago, actually. I think it was 2012, maybe. With a step-by-step guide how to making these Virtual Boy cases. And so I followed his guide pretty closely. I did change a few things here and there, but really without his guide, I don't know if these would have turned out as well. So thank you to Nintendotwizer for sharing that guide. And also he helped me find all the cover art for the cases, which was really nice of him. So thanks again, bud. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Jason, aka Canadian Zangief. Newer to YouTube, he has a couple videos up already, but he's a local guy. He's been on the Thrift Dweller channel before, and he's really big on custom game cases. He prefers to get all of his games loose and then make custom cases for them, regardless of system. And yeah, he was watching his room tour on the Thrift Dweller channel, really got me interested in custom cases, as original boxes are getting really expensive. So, and seeing how nice they looked on his shelf kind of made me interested in it. So, yeah. So thanks to Jason, aka Canadian Zangief, and Nintendotwizer from Nintendo-Age. I'll leave links to both of them in the description below. So thanks, guys. Alright, so just to kind of quickly jump into this, there's some tools you'll need, an X-Acto knife or utility blade, liquid glue, a hot glue gun, a cutting board or some form of surface to cut on, and a pencil. And for materials, what I used was DS cases, foam sheets, and black construction paper. Now before I get into my step-by-step of how I did it, I just want to say, really you can change these steps, you don't have to follow this exactly. People do it different ways. I switched it up a little bit from the way Nintendotwizer did on Nintendo-Age. So really, make it your own, get creative. This is just a guide to kind of show you how I did it. Alright, so starting off, like I said, you got to get your DS cases. Then you'll have to get a cutting board or surface of some form. I just used a thin piece of wood that we had left over from when we did the flooring in my house, as well as a utility blade. And the reason you need the cutting board is to put between the plastic, put it between the hard plastic casing and the plastic sleeve that holds the cover in, because you don't want to cut through the plastic and then cut the cover plastic. And then you have to cut out the DS cart holder, and if you have a DS case that has the Game Boy Advance cartridge holder, you have to cut that off too. Then, this is where the construction paper comes in. You don't have to do this step, but the reason I did, it's easy. You just cut out squares of black construction paper, and then you glue them on. Here's a side-by-side comparison of one without and one with. The reason I did this is so that when you take the cartridge out, you have a black background instead of partially being able to see through in the back of the cover. I just thought it made it look a little bit more case official kind of thing, but you really don't have to. It doesn't add anything structurally or anything, but I just thought it kind of finished it off nice, so that's why I did that. So then here's a picture of all of my cases with the backs, the construction paper glued in. This is the part where I use the white glue. You don't have to. I just thought that that would work best, and then I just let them dry overnight. So then next is when the foam sheets and styrofoam come in. Now with this, I used a bit of styrofoam and then a foam sheet on top. You don't have to. You could use two foam sheets. I just did it this way so it was a bit thicker. but you really don't have to. You can just use 2 foam sheets and it works just as well. I would almost recommend using just 2 foam sheets. It's not quite as thick, but it's a lot easier material to cut and work with. But either way works. I'm happy with how they turned out. So anyway, whether you use foam, 2 foam sheets, or foam and the thicker material, you just glue 2 together as shown there. Then you put it in the DS case, and what I did was I made a template. I just traced a Virtual Boy cart, and then I put a little tab on top so that when the cart's in there, you have a little spot to put your finger in to pull it out. So I made a little outline, and then what I did was I just put a bunch of the inserts in, traced it so that I had a good idea of what to cut out. So here's a bunch of them shown here with all the centers cut out. Then this is where the hot glue gun comes in. You just simply tab each corner, a bit of glue in each corner, put it on the case. It takes 2 seconds to dry, and they're stuck in there because the hot glue gun works really well. So there they are, kind of getting set. Now this is where the covers come in. There were pre-made covers made already for all the Virtual Boy games, all 14. They look really nice. They're on the internet, so if you Google them, I'm sure you'll find it. There's some on the Cover Project, which is a really cool website with a bunch of custom artwork. I don't know if all of them are on that website. You'll have to check. If not, if you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. If you're really having trouble, shoot me a message, and if I see the message, I will email you a copy of the artwork if I still have it. So yeah, anyway, it's out there, easy enough to find. So then what I did was I took mine to Staples and just had them print it. They do high quality printing, and I believe each sheet was 34 cents before tax. I think it was like 44 cents after tax. And so for all 14 cases, it was like $7. So that's really not too bad to get a full library custom artwork done, and they do a good job. So yeah, I just went to Staples. You can print them out at home if you want. So there's a picture of them all in their cases. That's what they look like. Another picture with some more, another picture of all the artwork. Here's a picture of the side. I really like whoever made these. A big kudos to you. They made it nice with all the names on the side, and it looks very professional, so I was really happy with what they had made. Just a closer up picture showing you some of the front artwork. Another picture. Here's a picture of a Virtual Boy cart in the actual case. As you can see, there's a little bit of room at the top to put your finger in and pull it out. So that's how it kind of sits, nice and flush in the case. Here's a picture of one with the cart in it as well as one without. Here you can really see what it looks like with the black construction paper in the background. Kind of makes it nice, flat, and I think a little bit cleaner looking. But again, that step's completely up to you. And yeah, one final picture with some of the side art, some of the front art, and how the cart looks in there. So yeah, like I said, that's just a quick guide. That's how I did it. You don't have to do it that way, but hopefully this guide helps some people. And yeah, if you do make it, let me know how it works out for you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Again, make sure you check out Jason, aka Canadian Zangief, as well as Nintendotwizer's guide on Nintendo Age. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you folks with another video soon. So later.